is morning. It is, let me see, it's almost 9 o'clock and it's Friday morning. I work Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and so it's harder for me to film on those days, so I try to get my filming in other days. However, for this particular video, I'm gonna work really hard to record my breakfasts for a week. And so, just so anybody who's watching knows, for my allergies, what I avoid is eggs for sure, which is a tough one, especially at breakfast, because we all love eggs at breakfast, including myself. But I can't have them, so I don't. So I thought maybe this would inspire some of you who can't have eggs or who are maybe trying to cut back. I don't know, whatever your reasoning. But I can't have eggs. I'm dairy light. I can do some dairy, but I don't eat all dairies. Generally speaking, I have to avoid the softer things, but I can have them on occasion. But overall, I try to avoid them. And then I can't have almonds, peanuts, sunflower seeds, green beans, turkey. I avoid pork and shellfish. Let me think if I'm missing anything. I don't know, probably, but that's okay. You get the idea. Oh, wheat. I don't really eat wheat. So with all that said, I decided I would just try to make a video where I'm showing you guys what I eat through the week for breakfast. And sometimes honestly, I'll bake something once and eat off of it for several days, but I thought instead of doing that, I would try to show kind of more individual breakfasts this time, just so you can kind of get an idea. And I'll just show you kind of my morning routine in general. So this morning I'm gonna have this probiotic cashew milk yogurt. I've been eating this all week, and I've actually been having it as a crossover because I had these most beautiful peaches in my fridge that I needed to eat. And so I was doing exactly this, only today I'm gonna have it as an S. I think, yeah, this is kind of edgy on almost crossover itself, this product is here, but it's great. It's filled with, you know, good probiotics, so I'm enjoying it. It's way runnier than I thought. If I bought this again, well, honestly, I would do what I was doing with the peaches. It was very good, but this would be great in smoothies. And so I know that this serving here is like about 3/4 of a full serving. If you hear that, my cats are running around, but you guys know I have cats that run around here. So anyway, this is about 3/4 of a serving, so I'm probably keeping it in S mode because I cut that back. And then here I just have Trader Joe's liquid stevia, and I'm gonna just put a squirt of that in there, actually maybe a little more, because this stuff is pretty tart and I want something a little sweeter. The protein is pretty low in that, as is in most of the yogurt alternatives. And so I'm gonna add in a scoop of collagen to help boost up that protein level for breakfast this morning and get me going in the right direction. I have a lot to do today. When it's not a work day, it's still a work day, you know what I mean? So anyway, so yeah, so there we go. So that's the base of it. And this is such an easy breakfast. Oh, and I forgot one part. So I have pre-washed blueberries right here. I actually have strawberries in my fridge too. I could add to it if I wanted to. And I just got out a 1/2 cup scoop here, and I'm just gonna pour those in. And then let me go grab the one thing that I forgot. Okay, so my rolled oats are getting pretty low, but this is what I like to do. Well, I guess actually if I add these, I'm gonna make it a crossover, because I am gonna add enough to make it a crossover, because I like it that way. But you could add, I think it's a 1/4 cup, I'm pretty sure it's 1/4 cup, and still keep it into S mode. And then I'm gonna top it with some cinnamon. Okay, so I got my cinnamon. We're gonna put a sprinkle of cinnamon on top of that. And then I am going to put a little sprinkle of sweet blend on top of all of it. Okay. Put the lid on there so I don't spill this everywhere. Precious commodity, right? We don't want to spill it. Spoons are right here. I usually use a bigger spoon because it's so runny. And I just kind of mix it up a little bit, and that's it. That's gonna be my breakfast today. But in addition to that, the other thing I always do is I have my cup of tea brewing today. I love my cup. Let your light shine. My daughter got me that when we moved to Tennessee. Today I have a tropical oolong in there. It's brewing away. It's beautiful. It smells fantastic. I love oolong, and this is a milk oolong, so it's these long leaves when it's all done. It's absolutely stunning. So that should be done by the time we're done talking. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I always put together this filled with fluid of some kind so that I can reach my fluid goals each day. I have a client that we challenge each other, and so, or we have been challenging each other. And so I am trying to keep up on my end of the bargain. So with that said, What I'm gonna fill mine with today is I'm gonna do a version of Good Girl Moonshine. I have here apple cider vinegar, and then I've been buying this ginger juice. It's not the strongest flavor, but I like the convenience of it, especially now that I work part-time and then my off time is pretty busy. And then I have here magnesium. I prefer this particular magnesium. I can't do Calm. It really bothers my stomach. So I get this OMG brand, which I can link for you guys below. And then I'm actually gonna add a scoop of the Trim Healthy Mama Cherry Berry Baobab Hydrate Mix. So I'm gonna add that in too. So we are going to put in a scoop of this. I love this stuff. This is tropical flavor, and I think it comes in maybe cherry. I don't remember for sure. I need a scoop for that. And I don't need a whole lot because this is pretty flavorful for this big container. And then I'm gonna add some water. I'll be right back. Okay, we got a little bit of water in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my whisk. You know I love these whisks. I probably use them in every video just about. It's this guy here, in case you didn't see. So I whisk that up. And then I just eyeball this part. I make sure to shake that up. Maybe I should shake it a little bit more. But I shake that up really well. And I just kind of eyeball in some ginger juice. And then I give this a little flip. And then I just eyeball that. And then I just mix it up some more. Add a little more water and it's done. All right, I'll get some more water. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so that's done. Put the straw in and the lid on. Okay, there we go. My drinks are ready. My tea is almost all ready to go. I think I'll let it brew for a minute more before I hang out. Oh, no, actually, that looks pretty darn good. I think we're good. So there's my tea. There's my breakfast. I'm ready to have a great day. So this was a really, very simple. What am I? I'm under 8 minutes, and honestly, this is probably about a 6 or 7 minute video at this point. But that's my breakfast for today. I will continue coming out with videos like this. And if you ever have any ideas or suggestions of what you'd like to see, please leave a comment below or feel free to message me. I love making these videos to help other ladies on the Trim Healthy Mama plan. And if you're brand new here, welcome. I'm glad you came along for the ride. If you were curious, I've been on Trim Healthy Mama since 2013. I am I'm an admin, official admin for them, and I volunteered for them, gosh, probably 8 years now, I guess, probably about 8 years. And I am an admin in the allergy group and the beginner group. I haven't been as active lately because of just so many things going on in my world, but I'm trying to get back in there and be helpful to you ladies as you go through your journey. And of course, I'm a coach. I love coaching. I coached for several years now. It was kind of a natural progression from what I was doing with adminning. And my preference is one-on-one. I don't really do too many groups, although I've had a lot of requests. So I'm thinking about starting a group eventually, maybe in the new year. I don't know if I'm quite ready for all of that this year. Still adjusting to life with my part-time job and then all the other things I do. I also puppy sit. I have a grand puppy and I have a grand baby. If you guys watch my last video, you will hear me that I have announced that I have a grandbaby, and he is just precious. And we are actually hoping to go up there this weekend and get to visit with him. And it should be really great. We adore him. We just hate that he's a little bit far from us, that we can't go see him every day, but it's okay. My kids, my son and my daughter-in-law are wonderful parents, and they're doing a great job with him, and I couldn't ask for more. Okay, guys, so that's really it for today. I will be back in a few minutes with tomorrow's breakfast. See you later. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, good morning, friends. It's the next day, and I am up and ready to make breakfast and share it with you. So today I decided to do an apple crisp. I had found a whole bag of apples. I don't know if you all ever shop at Kroger, but in the produce department, they have a little red clearance area in the produce department, and anything in a bag is 99 cents. And so I got like 6 apples for 99 cents, which is just amazing. And so I have all these apples to use, and they're smaller, so this is perfect to go in my breakfast this morning. So I'm doing a single serve apple crisp. So I'm just gonna visit with you and I'm gonna start my breakfast. So I thought I'd just share a little bit about what I got going on today. Today's Monday. and I don't work on Mondays at my regular job. I do coach on Mondays, but my regular job is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so, but Mondays I reserve for Bible study. So I'm going to be getting together with a group of ladies this morning to go to Bible study, and then we always go out to lunch afterwards, which is just like amazing. I love it. Ever since we moved here, I was looking for ways to make friends, and so I found this Bible study, and I thought, well, I'm going to go to that and check it out and see how it goes. And I just met some absolutely incredible people, and I feel very, very thankful and blessed, to be honest. And actually, a funny story, when I was looking for my job, I work at a doctor's office, and they had asked for someone to work full-time. And I had actually prayed, and I told the Lord, I really can't work full-time after losing my parents last year, and just everything that's gone on. It's just been a little hard, and I just knew I would need a little bit more time for healing, so I felt like I could work part-time but not full-time. So I told the Lord, I said, I'm going to ask for a big order here, but I need a job where I can work, not have Mondays, because I want to keep those for my Bible study, and then I didn't want Fridays, so I can prep at home and just, do the things I need to do, not on the weekend. And so anyway, so I prayed and asked for that. So I found this job at a doctor's office that I had actually looked at for our own family for a regular physician, and they were looking for full-time. So I called. Take that back. I didn't call first. I messaged them, and I said, hi, here's the deal. I'm really interested in your job, but I need Mondays off because I go to a Bible study, and I need Fridays off as well. And I don't know if you can work within that, but that's what I'm looking for. And so they wrote me back, and they said, yeah, let's go ahead and, give it a shot. So, we'll interview you anyway. Send in your resume. So I sent in my resume, and they interviewed me, and they said, yeah, we can totally work around your schedule. I was just like, I was totally blown away. So I ended up getting the job I wanted, and I was just absolutely amazed. I'll finish this one second. I'm going to grab my cup of tea. Okay, I've got my tea steeping here. This is Jasmine Green Tea. It's one of my absolute favorites. I love Jasmine Green Tea. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend. So anyway, to finish that story, so yeah, they interviewed me, and they said they'd work within my schedule, and then I added on top, I said, I'd really like to work from home. I thought, go all in, right? And they agreed. So I work from home, and I feel so blessed, and I only go into the office once a month so I can stay connected with the staff and go to the staff meeting, but I adore it. I absolutely adore it. So anyway, that's my goofy story about my job. Isn't that kind of funny? All right, so I've got all my apples diced up in my little pink bowl. Pink is my favorite color, in case y'all haven't noticed that yet. So I have all my things in there. And then it says here in the recipe to, in a separate bowl, mix together the oats, baking blend, sweetener, salt, cinnamon. Let me grab a measuring cup. Okay, so I'm gonna link this recipe for you. It is by Grace-Filled Homemaking. I do follow some of her recipes, and she always does a really lovely job. I actually don't have baking blend, so I'm just gonna add in a little bit of psyllium husk because I think it's looking to soak up some of the liquid from all of this. So I'm just gonna add in some of this, so it's really nice extra fiber. Gonna spoon that in there. And then it calls for gentle sweet, which I'm actually using my super sweet blend. I just haven't refilled my container yet, but I will get there. So I'll pop this in here. Whoop, my screen went dark. And so anyway, so I got the job. I love my job. Love my job. I cannot even tell you. This is just salt. And I get to work from home, and I love this staff. I love everything about it. So anyway, so that's why I don't work Mondays. So instead, Mondays, today's Bible study day. And so I'm gonna be heading there. Cinnamon. It only says a 1/4 teaspoon on her recipe, but you know what? We're going big. And we're actually gonna put a little over the apples too, because I'm just crazy for cinnamon. So there you go. So we're gonna stir that together. So anyway, I'm so blessed. So today is Bible study day, going out to lunch day. And then I scheduled myself a nice pedicure today. And then I coached tonight and puppy sit. I think I've told you guys about my grand puppy, right? I'll post a picture of her. She is so darling. She's, the shelter felt like she was part German Shepherd, part lab. But I've heard that all shelters will tell you that the animals are part lab because people like labs and they want you to adopt them. And so that's what they tell you. But so I don't know for sure. You guys can tell me what you think. Do you think she's part lab? I know she's part German Shepherd. She definitely looks like that. So I'll post a picture of our cute little grand puppy here. All right, isn't she darling? I mean, seriously, she is just the cutest pup. Oh my word, but she's a puppy. She's a handful. Okay, so we're gonna sprinkle this right over the top of my apples. Okay, and then it says to put a few dollops of butter for your extra fat. Do you guys remember to do your extra fat in your e-meals? Teaspoon, right? A teaspoon of extra fat. So let's see, how are we gonna do this? I guess I could just use my spoon. Okay, so we're gonna just use my spoon, and it says divide the butter and put it on top of the topping. So we're gonna just put little blobs there on top, keeping it at about a teaspoon. I think I'll just do 4 of those little blobs and that should cover it. I just made a mess of that little blob, but whatever. Okay, all right, so there we go. And then it says to add 2 tablespoons of water. I'm gonna grab that. Okay, sprinkle the water over the top just to moisten everything up. And pop it in the microwave, 1 minute, 30 seconds. I'll be back. Okay, it's all done. It looks pretty good too. Oh, it smells really, really good. And in the time, that 1 minute 30 that it took to cook this, I actually cleaned up everything from what I made. And so my mess is already cleaned up. And I pulled out my collagen so that I can finish off my Jasmine Green Tea. We'll just strain that out. Now adding this, I keep a scoop right in here so I don't have to think about it. So I'm just putting a scoop of collagen right in my tea. You guys know I love these little whisks. They're the best. Just get that right in there. Whisk up my tea with my collagen. And now I have a nice protein already added to my breakfast. And even my bowl and my mug match, which, have I ever told you guys I have this thing now I developed over the last few years where I like to eat out of pretty dishes. I don't know, I just like it. If I can, I will always make it look pretty. It just makes me happy inside, and it's just kind of an extra little blessing for myself. It feels like self-care to me, I guess. So, and it's something I never used to be good at. I used to be terrible at self-care. And so it's something I'm trying to improve upon and do better at. And so one of the ways I do that is by presenting food in beautiful ways for myself. And to be honest, from a lot of the vloggers on YouTube, I've learned that as well. I've seen how they'll present things and make them so beautiful and appetizing. So even if it's a single serve, I bought these bowls. I only have 2. Excuse me, and I bought them on a total whim just because they were this color pink and I love it so much that I got them. And then my daughter bought me this mug, which has pink all throughout it, and then the tulips, which she bought it for me because tulips are my mom's favorite flowers. So it was just something sweet to have a reminder of her around me all the time. And so anyway, so there's breakfast. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, friends. Okay, this is my breakfast to go today. We are off to see the grandbaby. And so I thought I'd pop on really quick and say hi and show you what I made. So I just put together some blueberries and strawberries. They were a little hard. They were fresh, but they were a little hard. So I microwaved them, cut them up, microwaved them. And then I added a little sweetener, stirred it up and stirred it into my blueberries. And then this is my Bam Holla, which I think posted last week. I'm pretty sure. I will link it for you if it did not, if you did not get to see it. And then I just put a little maple syrup on top and I put it in this to-go container, and we are ready to hit the road, head up and see our grandbaby. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, friends. It is Tuesday morning. I am fresh out of the shower with wet hair and it is bright and early. I have actually decided I was going to start waking up early every day. and getting a workout in because I need to be moving more. I've been walking but not using weights, and I'm noticing that using weights is making a big difference in hitting my weight loss goals. And so if you are in that over 45-ish group or so, I highly recommend you get moving with some weights. Anyways, I'm making breakfast again this morning. I'm not even sure what day I'm on, but that's okay. And I decided to prep everything. I've been starting this routine of getting a lot of things done the night before that are chores I normally do in the morning because I don't have much time before I start work. And I am not a great sleeper, so if I can get a little extra sleep, I will. So today I decided I'd make something fuel pull that can easily be made into an S or an E, but I'm gonna enjoy this as a fuel pull for breakfast this morning. I haven't had any fuel pulls in a while, actually. And so what I'm making is the cream of treat hot porridge. Now, I can't have the traditional, oh, sorry, that was noisy. I can't have the traditional baking blend because of some of the ingredients in there, the almond flour. And so I make, excuse me, I make Renamuck Mama's blend, a baking blend, and then I substitute even for that. So she calls for whey protein and almond flour, and I use flax meal and extra collagen. And actually I had Creamy Dreamy with here at home now, and so I went ahead and added a couple tablespoons of that to this too. And I'm gonna link the link for you guys for Renamuck Mama's mix. It is so easy. I love these containers, you guys. They're so awesome. They come with a little scoop in them that has measurements on them even. So I just adore this thing. And so I always make my mix in here. I just put the lid on, take the scoop out, shake, 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 and it's done. So last night I prepped everything. I literally have it calls for water and milk, and I'm out of milk, so I'm just making it with water and, you know, hoping for the best. And so I have that in the pot right now. And then I even went so far as to prep my bowl with a spoon in it. And then I prepped all the dry ingredients right there. So all I have to do is literally throw this together this morning. So let me see what I'm supposed to do with it. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, you just mix it all up in the pan together. I even have in here, it's very dark. I don't think you can probably tell, but I already put the maple extract. You can use any extract you want, but that's what they call for. Well, that's one they suggest is maple extract. Okay, and so I'm gonna just I even got my measuring spoon out, or measuring cup out. Sorry, it is early, you guys. Can you see my clock? It's 7:24. I start work at 7:50. So I'm gonna put that in there, put that in there. And this is the sweetener, cinnamon, salt, all the things are in there. And I'm gonna grab my little whisk that you know I love. I own two because I love them so much, okay? And then I'm gonna be making a cup of tea over there. And so this is naturally gonna have protein in it because of the protein that's in the baking blend and the collagen that's in there. And I added collagen in here too so that I could boost that a little bit. And so let me see what it says to do now. Yeah, so we just heat it for a couple minutes. That's it, pretty simple. And then I cleaned up everything last night beforehand so that I wouldn't have to do much this morning. All right, so that's gonna come up to heat. Let me close up all of this good stuff, get my bowl ready. Now to the top of this, you can add butter if you wanna make this an S. Coconut oil if you're dairy free. You could add chopped nuts to it. You could put fruit in it to make it an E, or to keep it fuel pull, you could use your half a cup of blueberries or some strawberries, something like that. For E, I would probably just add fruit if I wanted it to be an E, but I actually really like it as it is. And when I'm done here, I'm gonna of course make my cup of tea. I have to have my morning cup of tea. It's how I get going every day. And I love my tea. And actually, I think I'm gonna come out with a video where I take you through my tea collection. You guys, my tea collection is embarrassing almost. I have a serious problem. I love tea so much. And if I see tea at the store that I don't own and I think I like it, I have to buy it. And I've tried all those tricks of, okay, you have to use up, 50% of your stock before you can buy more tea because you have more than enough tea. It's ridiculous. but then I see something and I just can't help it. I love tea. What's your favorite tea? I would love, this is probably a bad question, but what's your favorite tea? I would love to know what your favorite tea is, because I am such an adventurer. I love, okay, speaking of, so some of my favorite teas, probably my number one is Jasmine Green Tea, actually. That's probably my favorite. And Earl Grey is right up there because I love to make London fogs, which if you haven't had a London fog, you are missing out. They are so delicious. I like, let's see, I like the oolong tea that I get. It's a silk or milk oolong, it's called, either one. And when it finishes brewing, it has full leaves. They come like little, almost like little pebble looking things. And when you brew it, they unfurl, and it's just, it makes this lovely, lovely silky tea. It's just, oh my goodness, it's amazing. And I actually buy it out of a shop online because I can't find it locally to me here. So yeah, I love that. I love rose teas. Anything with rose in it, I think, is phenomenal. I love lavender in tea. I think it's just amazing. Yeah, those are probably my regular go-to teas. And then, you know, I like rooibos teas, different flavors of rooibos. I even get a Earl Grey rooibos. So if I really want a London fog, like for dessert, but I don't want the caffeine, I can do that. And so that's a great way, because rooibos is actually a bush. It's not technically a tea. But it still, you know, brews like a tea and leaves great flavor, and they can flavor it up with all kinds of good things. So anyway, yeah. So tell me, what's your favorite tea? I would love to know. I actually was thinking about doing a tea party for the ladies in my home fellowship pretty soon, because I have so much tea and I want to use it up. Isn't that ridiculous? But that's my thought. Okay, guys, this is thickening right up. It's looking like cream of wheat, which, if you liked cream of wheat as a kid, give me a like, or raise your hand, do something. I really liked cream of wheat as a kid. My mom used to make it for me, and especially now that she's gone, it has some nostalgia for me, memories, you know, with my mom. And so anyway, so this is a food that I just really, really like and enjoy quite a bit. And it's just yummy. Cold mornings, this is just such a perfect little breakfast. Okay, put my little thing there. Oh, let's see, you guys can't see right there. I'll put it there. Welcome to my morning. This is me videoing on the fly. Oop, that's my cat Trigger. Did you hear him crying? Now you guys, I'm gonna leave this fuel pole, but I will tell you what, if you were to put on some almonds or pecans onto the top of this, I use the maple extract, so it's pretty dark. And there's cinnamon in there, but boy, that would be really good. So that's it, super simple. Gonna add a cup of tea and I have breakfast. All right, see you tomorrow. Good morning, friends. I don't know what day I'm on, 4, 5, I don't know. Anyway, it's another breakfast day. So welcome to my morning. It is 7:20 and I have to be, let's see, I work today, so that's why I'm up so early. So I start work at 7:50. So I guess I have a half an hour to make my breakfast, eat my breakfast, clean up, and get ready for my day. I do work from home, so that's a blessing. So I literally can just open up my computer and I'm ready to go. So I hope you all are doing well and you're enjoying this series of breakfasts that are egg-free, dairy-free, gluten-free. This is what I do. So today I decided to go really easy and I picked up a box of the Power O's Love Grown Bean cereal. This is wonderful. I absolutely love it. And I'm gonna show you what I do to bump it up in protein, okay? I forgot to grab the milk, so now we have our milk. This is the one I use, is the Silk Coconut Unsweetened. You gotta be really careful because the sweetened is kind of this pinky purple color and the sweetened is red. They look really close to each other. So I have mistakenly bought the other one before. Very disappointed when I do that. Okay, so obviously I just picked this up. I decided that I wanted cereal again. If you miss cereal, this is a great way to get it. Another way is you can always make the stovetop granola in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook too. That's another delicious option. But if you just want quick grab and go, this is the way to do it. So this is how I do it every morning, because this has, 6 grams of protein in it, which is all right. It's about the same as having oatmeal. But if you add a scoop of collagen, you get another 11 grams of protein, so you get 17 grams of protein in your breakfast, which is great. So I'm gonna add some liquid stevia to my milk because this isn't sweet at all, and I do prefer a sweet cereal. Yes, I did grow up on all the junky cereals. That was not a problem in my home growing up. So I add that in, and then I add in a scoop of collagen. I do all this right to the milk. And then I have every day, I'm telling you guys, I use this thing every day. So I just whisk all that together. So now I have my high protein sweetened milk ready to go. And then I do try to measure this out because I will tell you one thing, the longer you're kind of on a plan, the easier it is to get sloppy. So this is a 1 1/4 cups. I'm gonna grab those. So to help me stay within the ranges, I do try to measure things out. So there's 1 cup, and there's 1/4 more. All right, there's that. And then I picked up some beautiful little raspberries to top it with. And once again, I'm putting it in my pink bowl because I told you guys I love getting, I love to eat off things that I think are pretty. For me, it's a little form of self-care. And then I just sprinkle a little super sweet blend just to make it look nice. Because once again, looking pretty. So there's my cereal. Can you kind of see it without me spilling it? Good morning, friends. Excuse me, I still have morning voice. I'm barely up and at 'em. Although I did get up early and I did work out. I did a nice Pilates workout this morning. And I thought I would just go simple and make some oatmeal for breakfast today. So in this pot, I have actually a cup of water and 1/2 cup of on-plan milk, which I showed you guys in an earlier clip of this, that I use that silk coconut milk because I can't do almonds. And so I have that with 1/2 cup of oats, just really simple, a little extra liquid, so it's gonna take a little longer to cook, but it'll make a nice big bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. I do have a few raisins in here. I added some cinnamon because you guys know that's one of my favorites. And I have my bowl ready, and for my added fat, I have a little coconut oil to put on top. And over here, I'll show you, Earl Grey. I haven't bought any new tea in quite a while. I've been pretty proud of myself. And I actually went through like 2 packages of tea that I was able to finish and actually throw the packages away. So I was really excited about that. I'm gonna take you guys on a tea tour. Maybe next week I'll do a tour of all the teas I own and kind of show you my obsession with tea. So anyways, so this is gonna cook on down while my tea is brewing, and I'll be ready for breakfast any moment. And of course, while it's cooking, I just like to put everything away if I can. So let's see here, put my cinnamon away. I'll be right back. Okay, oatmeal's cooking. Everything's put away and cleaned up. My tea is brewing, and I will add a little collagen into the mix, which I keep my collagen up here. Excuse my really messy counter. When Publix has a buy one, get one, I go in and I stock up, and I just haven't had time to put all that away yet. It's been really, really busy. Last night after work, we got to see our daughter for a little bit. She was off work yesterday, and so we went and spent some time with her, and it was wonderful. We went shopping for some clothes for the fall, and we had dinner together. It was just a fun night. And so I had gone shopping earlier, and I didn't bother with that. I instead poured that time into being with her and my husband. It was really fun and much needed. With her working, my daughter's a manager of a restaurant, and she's busy a lot. And so whenever we get time to hang out together, I really take advantage of that. And today's Thursday, I work today, and I work from home most of the time. I only work one day, well, like a half a day a month in the office. I'm very thankful, very blessed to have the job that I do. I adore what I do. In addition to coaching, I actually keep pretty darn busy, you guys. And so, I work today a full day. I have a meeting to start my day off. And then tonight we have absolutely nothing on the agenda, but I am going to be planning a party for the Feast of Tabernacles. And so I'm going to be working on prepping some of that information probably tonight as we just hang out and relax and just enjoy a quiet evening at home. All right, so my oatmeal is coming together and my tea is done. So let me move this where y'all can see it. Put it here. Grab my little holder. Give this a stir. And I'm gonna add collagen to my tea. It won't change the flavor at all. I think it tastes great. Hold on. Once again, yes, yes. I always use it. Okay, so let's get that collagen in so that we round out this breakfast. That's this is an e-meal. I probably should have told you guys the designations of the meals each day. It just didn't occur to me too. But this is an E. I have oats. I have raisins. It's definitely an E. And it's a great source of fuel for the morning. And my meeting, I'm going to be doing training today. I'm going to need some extra fuel to keep my brain on board with everything that she's going to talk about. All right, that is cooking down. My tea is done. What do you guys like to add to oatmeal? Honestly, I really like cinnamon, raisin, maple. If I'm going crazy, I like nuts in it, but I'm not going to go crazy today. We're going to keep it pretty simple. Yeah, so anyway, so we're almost there. Okay, I'm just going to take my spoon that I'll be eating from and pull off maybe about a teaspoon of coconut oil and just put it in the bottom of my bowl there. And so when this is done, which it's getting really close, I'll just pour it right over on the top and stir it in. We're getting close. See you in a second. Okay guys, we're calling it good. Sorry, I'm right up in your face. We're gonna call it good. Put that over the burner so nobody gets burnt. Pour off our oatmeal. Get all the last bits if possible. Stir around my coconut oil. Okay, happy Thursday. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, good morning everybody. It's Friday again, so I'm giving you more than a full week's worth of breakfasts, but I decided I'd bring you back on Friday again when I'm making something special that I love. This is one of my favorites, and it is a crossover. So I'm gonna be using, whoops, upside down, sprouted tofu from Trader Joe's. So I'll show you what I do with it to get it prepped for this meal, okay? Hang on. All right, so after I cut this open and I drain out all the liquid, I get a clean dish towel and I put my tofu in there. I'm actually gonna cut this in half because I don't need to eat the whole thing for breakfast. And so I'm gonna cut it in half and I'm gonna put that piece back in here and I'll put it in a storage container later. So then what I do is I wrap this up. This is actually a cast iron, it holds all my utensil holder. It's early. Okay, so I lift that up and I carefully balance that on top of my tofu and pray that it doesn't fall over. Ta-da! Okay, so that's my talent for the morning. It is early. It is only 8:30, but I have a lot to do today. My off days, I think I mentioned this, are still busy days. So let's get a pan out. You're probably wondering what I'm making. So, oh, that's too little. I need a little bigger than that. Here we go. That's better. Okay, so I am making something I had all the time growing up as a kid. It's called Migas, and at least that's what we called it in my house, so that's what I still call it today. And so it's a super simple dish of corn tortillas, tofu. Traditionally, this dish has eggs, but as we know, I can't have eggs. And so this is how I make it, delicious and egg-free. And so I'll kind of walk you through what I do. So we need a little oil in the pan, and I'm gonna try to keep it pretty conservative, but you do need some. The magic is in the crisping of these tortillas. So for those who are unsure, corn tortillas are absolutely on plan. 2 corn tortillas in an e-meal is considered on plan. 4 sprouted corn tortillas in an e-meal also works, okay? So we're gonna have 2 corn tortillas this morning. Let me close that up. And we're gonna let this oil come up to heat. Now, sometimes I add onions to this, and I think actually I might do that this morning. Let me see if I have any white onions, hold on. Okay, I do, because you know why? We get a CSA box and I had so many onions that I just took the time to process and freeze them. So I have them pre-chopped and ready to go. So that's gonna save me a lot of time for breakfast this morning. We're gonna grab a bowl and a fork. And one more important ingredient. The star of the show, salsa. Okay. This salsa from Trader Joe's, seriously, so delicious. Okay, so we're gonna need that. We're gonna let the oil heat up. We'll start cooking in just a minute. Okay, my friends, I think the oil's hot. We are looking for that oil to be kind of dancey hot. Oh, we'll just drop a little piece of tortilla in there, and if it dances a little, we're ready to go. All right, so you kind of wanna spread that oil out a little bit because we wanna get these tortillas in some oil. And like I said, this is a crossover, but you know, every now and then we gotta have some fun. And now you're gonna just hand tear it up into small pieces. I don't even think I have this as a recipe anywhere because honestly, this is just something we ate a lot when I was a kid growing up. So just tear them in and try to spread them out throughout the pan so that you're getting a little oil coverage on most of those guys. That's what we're looking for. Let me grab a spoon. So we're gonna cook these until they get a little toasty. That's the goal. We want a little golden crisp on these babies here. So we're gonna shoot for that. Now this dish, you know what I'm gonna do too? I'm gonna kind of scooch them over a little bit. I'm gonna toss in a few of these frozen onions just so we can get those going too. Let me see here, we'll just make a spot. We don't need a lot of onion, just a little to add some flavor. Being that we're not using egg, I miss that eggy flavor. So I try to fill in with other flavors. Okay, let's put these onions away. I'll be right back. Okay, so our onions are cooking down really quick. This pan was nice and warm. And our tortillas are cooking. So they just gotta get toasty. So I'm gonna add a few seasonings to this. I have some garlic and onion powders. And then turmeric is the little magic one because it makes it kind of look like egg. Gives it a yellow color so you feel like you're eating something similar to egg. Of course, you gotta have some salt. Now, traditionally, if I'm going all out, I will put this dish over refried beans, but I don't have any. So that's sad for me, but that's okay. It's already probably plenty of a meal as is, so I really don't need the extra. I just happen to love it. So for today's agenda, y'all wanna know what I'm up to? I am actually, thank the good Lord, I finally got a massage scheduled. I've had a lot of back pain and stuff, and so I've been putting it off, and I finally got it on the calendar, so I get to see my massage therapist, hence makeupless face. And then after massage, I get to go to lunch with a friend. And well, I got a puppy sit first, just a quick run out for potty. And then I'm gonna go to lunch with a friend. And then tonight, there is a worship service outdoors in our city, and I am totally gonna go to that because that would be really fun. And then tomorrow night, there's another worship service outdoors at another place, and so I'm gonna go to that too. So I feel very thankful I get to go be outdoors with folks praising the Lord. I'm really excited. I love that time outdoors while the weather's still good. And yeah, it's gonna be a nice change of pace for my week. It's been a crazy week with work. Oh my goodness, you guys, my work has been so crazy. So many new patients, so many people wanting to get in to see our doctor. He specializes in autoimmune disorders and pandas, autism, ADD, ADHD, and then anything very chronic he specializes in. And he's just a pretty amazing doctor the way he works. He's very wise, and he's figured out some pretty incredible techniques to help people get well. And so it's a blessing to work for that office. Anyway, So yeah, so that's my plan for today. And then for the weekend, well, I told you we're going to that concert tomorrow night, and we'll be puppy sitting. Our daughter is a photographer, so she has one day off, but she's going to shoot a wedding that day, so we're going to be helping out with the puppy. And then I don't know what we'll do. Probably take it easy. Get some cleaning done around the house, that kind of good stuff, and get ready for next week, of course. Oh, I'm actually going to be sharing in a Bible study. My family celebrates the fall feasts, and so our Bible study asked if we'd share a little bit about that and what that looks like. And I'm probably going to also start decorating for the fall around the house. So my next video I'm planning on making, which you guys might be interested in, is going to be a tour of my coffee tea bar, but really it's all about the tea because I don't drink coffee. But anyways, so my next video is going to be about that. So if you're interested in seeing my tea bar, because I seriously have a tea issue, then be sure to subscribe and follow along, and you'll know, and hit that little notification bell so you know when I bring out that next video. So yeah, so that's my next video. So I'll probably also work on filming that this weekend, I would imagine. All right, so this is looking really good. Let me see if I can kind of bring it up. See how it's nice and golden? You can see little brown marks on the tortillas. That's what we're shooting for. We want it golden. Now, if I was making this like pre-THM, I would have added more oil and really gotten those a little bit more fried, but they still taste great, just like this. So now our tofu is a little squishy cube now. And the reason we do that is we don't want that extra liquid in there. It doesn't lend itself well to emulating an egg texture. That's what we're looking for. Is we want this to end up looking like eggs, okay? So we can have that kind of feel of an egg dish, which I missed Migas enough that I was willing to give this a shot, even though it felt completely wrong in some ways. All right, so I put the tofu in on half the pan here. And this isn't really a recipe, guys. It's just something you kind of throw together. I make sure it's salted well so that we have plenty of flavor. Here's the magic turmeric, which is so good for you too. So, I mean, this works out well. You're adding a nice little wonderful herb that's good for your body. Which is that? That's the onion. I don't need to add a lot of onion because I put in actual onion to this dish. I'm going to move that part off the heat so we don't burn. And then garlic. You can add any spices that you like. This is just what I like. I like to keep it pretty simple. And then I mix this all together. Cooking a little hot. So that we can combine those spices into the tofu and get a look of sort of eggs. Trick the mind a little bit. Well, and then it looks like the dish should look. Traditionally, if you can have eggs, I'll just tell you how you make it from this point if you can have eggs. So if you can have eggs, I would have left all those tortillas all over the bottom of the pan, and then I would have cracked eggs right into there and just scrambled it all up together. Oh my word, so delicious. And then you put that on, you would have put refried beans in the bottom of your bowl, put your migas on top, and then top it with salsa. And that's how I ate it all my life, growing up as an adult. My kids make it still, they love it. My son, it's one of his favorite dishes. He really doesn't like to cook a lot, but he can cook that and he will cook that. So at this point, because I pre-cooked and, well, tofu doesn't need cooking, but preheated the tofu on the side there and got it all mixed together, it just takes a minute to combine. And turn that off. We'll plate it up and I'll show you the finished product here. Okay, so there it is in the bowl. All right. And then this salsa is so delicious, you guys. I love it. Finished product. It's probably going to be hot as the dickens, but you know what? We're going to dive in. This breakfast makes me happy. It reminds me of some of my favorite foods as a kid that my mom would make me. And that's good to remember my mom. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you're blessed abundantly. I thank you for following me along on my journey with Trim Healthy Mama and healthy eating. Even if you're not on THM, there's a lot of great recipes that I share and tips and tricks. You know, I focus on the allergy friendly mamas. But anyway, thanks for following. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.